Hi and welcome to my PlayHouse. And today I have a little task that I want to do because at work I've been exchanging some hard drives. We have some servers and they were outside of guarantee, and therefore we had to get new hard drives for them when they flash up yellow. I had these hard drives mixed up. Most of them should be bad, but some of them is probably still good. I want to test them out before I throw them out. I think at least a couple of them should still be good. It was hard drives we took out of old servers that was out of service anyway, like we're not putting them back into service, so we took the hard drives and we put those hard drives in the servers that was in production. But I think you get it. We were stripping out spare parts from old servers and putting them into servers that was still in production, and I got the rest of it. So some of them is bad and some of them is still good. And there is some 300 gigabytes and there's three 73.4 gigabyte drives, and these are 10,000 RPMs and these are 15,000 RPMs. So I want to put them in a server and find out which ones are bad. And I just happens to have the servers for that, you know. I will put them in this server that I've been testing all kind of disks thingies on. I'm more or less just gonna take out the disks. I might actually shut it down first. Let's see what's running on it. Put the USB stick over there and go behind the server and move the VGA cable. And the VGA cable has been moved. And we are in the BIOS. So good. It's not as problematic to shut it down then. I'm just gonna exit, yes, and shut down the server. There we are. Just gonna take the discs. Actually start at the bottom and put them over on the shell there. I'm gonna put them right back in when I'm done testing the drives. These are the 2 terabyte discs that I've been testing in this server. The server is equipped with 12 terabyte of disk space, which is really good for an old server like this. And here are the disks that I'm gonna test. I'm gonna put in the 73 gigabytes disks. The first 3 slots. Oh, this is very dusty. I think actually I'm just gonna clean a little bit. Very clear that I don't have a good air filter in my data center, because if you have a good air filter, it won't look like that. That's a lot nicer. The numbers go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And here comes the 300 terabytes. Oh, 300 gigabytes. This sticker says only for use only in Ultra 320 systems, but it's a SAS drive, so I guess that sticker is out of place. Turn on the server. I would expect that some of the discs are bad. I hear some noises from over there. And I'm gonna press the F1 button to go into the BIOS. I changed my mind. IBM server RAID configuration thing first. Maybe first. None of the disks are really complaining yet. I would have expected that. Disk utilities. Accept. Let's go over and see what the disks are doing. If there's any bad ones yet. It's still, what could you say, like tasting the discs? Okay, you can actually see what kind of arrays the discs has been in before. Data, volume, drive, volume. I often call disk drive for data, so that one might be one of mine, but I'm just gonna initialize all the disks. Like that. Are you sure? Yep. Initializing. They're still blinking happily, all of them. That's rather weird. I would have expected at least some of them to be dead. That was why they were exchanged. Let's create two arrays. One with the 73 gigabytes. Let's make just make a striped. Cool. Done. Creating array. And let's create an array with the other three. Insert. Enter. And let's do the same, striped. And that's the 300. SAS. Cool. Creating array. Let's see, drive utility. And it's scanning again. And it has the different drives here. can format and we can verify data media. Wonder what this does. Oh, I know this one. It takes forever. So, not much to do in there. Shame. Control configuration. You can configure some stuff in the rate controller. Not really what we want to do. Here are the two arrays that I just configured. I just did a stupid mistake. I put in USB device in the USB key stick something in the server and wanted to boot from that, and I was booting the server and trying to get into the BIOS or trying to decide which device it should boot from, and it was not responding, and I kept just rebooting it, like taking the power off and repowering it. Well, I unplugged the keyboard. Stupid me. So when I put in the USB device, I took out the keyboard and I forgot to put it back in. I put in this little USB pin and I took the keyboard out when I did that. So we're gonna go down and pick the USB key thing. This boot only. Sure. Exit to continue booting. Yes. The USB stick has VMware on it, but it's the VMware from this server, which is a Model 2. So I don't know if it's gonna work. I really just wanted it to do something so that I could stress the hard drives just a little bit, which are all acting out as if nothing could bother them less. I was really hoping for some yellow light diodes here, which is not happening, and it's trying to boot the hypervisor. It's just started. And this takes forever and ever and ever and ever. So I'm not gonna film all that. Apparently the VMware EXI server booted without a hinge. I didn't expect that. And still no of the hard drives are really complaining about anything. They're just not on right now. But they are blinking a little bit. But I'll go into VMware and I'll copy some data to them and see what happens. And I might just have to leave them there for the coming week to see if they're still good. Here is the VMware server, and it's not doing anything. There's no virtual machines on it, and I can recognize it because that machine has 14 gigabytes of RAM, which is not a lot. Right now it has two iSCSI LONs on it, or iSCSI drives that has been mapped, but we should be able to go into storage and add some storage. Disk LONs, yes, and it has two, which funny enough is the one that we are missing, so we will take those. Format them so that VMware can use them. Okay, and give it a name, and this is the 300 byte SAS. 300 SAS is enough. Yeah, we're just gonna use all the available space and finish. And I'm gonna add the other one. Add storage, Loom, yes, that one, next, and that's the 73 gigabyte SAS. maximum space, next, finish. There we are. So now we have 4 drives, and I'm just gonna copy some data over to these drives. Maybe I should move, we can move a virtual machine over here as well. I have a Windows 10. It's a beta release of the client, Windows 10, and I thought, I'm transferring that over to one of the disk arrays, and I thought I'll just play a little around with that over there, see if that works. This is taking forever. It's at 39%, and oh, this is the start time, 1 o'clock, 1:04, and now the time is 3:04. So I started the copying of this machine 2 hours ago. Okay. So it took 3 hours to move that PC over, and now I have it here, and I'm trying to install VMware tools because this Windows 10 is not seeing its network card. But well, the hard disks are performing as they should. I haven't had anything fail yet, so let's just go see that. I installed the Windows 10 machine on the first 3 drives, and they're working happily. Sometimes they're looking at the 300 gigabytes, and I think I'm gonna go and make a disk for the Windows 10 machine on those disks so that they will be in use too. I do hear some noise from the hard drive, so probably right now they're working good, but there might still be some error on them. Right here are the settings for the Windows 10 machine here in VMware, and I'm gonna be adding another hard drive, create a new virtual hard drive, yes, 32 gigs, let's just make it 100. Cool, thin provisioning, yeah, sure. Store with load up, we're gonna put it right there. Okay, next, finish. Okay, and I'm gonna log into my virtual machine. There. And we can see right down here that it's Windows Technical Preview Education Copy build blah. So I'm just playing with it, getting used to it, see how it works. And right now I'm not able to get the network connection up and running, which is kind of weird. Never mind, we're gonna see if we can get the network drive or the disk drive up and running. Windows system, and we have this computer. Manage. There we are, disk management. They haven't moved that. And yes. And we have a new drive, and we're gonna make a new simple drive. Next. Data. Next. Formatting. Cool. Well, the hard disk looks pretty cool. There's no problem there right now. There are some noises from them that sounds like they're not that great, I was really packing up my stuff, and then I thought I'll just check this network once again, and it was just I forgot to activate it in VMware. So I think I'll just start a check on the drive. I'll check the C drive on this one, and I'll check the D drive, or whatever drive that became. That became E drive, 100 gigabytes, and we'll test it on that one. And we'll go see the server. It should be blinking happily now. Yeah, it's rather busy right now. It looks like there's something wrong here because the 300 gigabytes, they're blinking all the time, but it seems that one of the 73 gigabytes is having problems following up with the other two. This one looks happy, it blinks all the time. One of those maybe not so much. And the report in here, it really doesn't look very bad. It's like it's much of this can be the rate controller caching what the test is, but it looks fair. 500 megabytes per second for those 3 drives in the stripe. That's really good. And these numbers down here, it's not completed yet, but they look fairly good as well. 250 gigabyte. It's probably more true than this one. It's kind of hard to call this a failure because all the disk was working. I didn't think they were gonna be working, but I'm gonna be testing them for the upcoming week. I can remote control this from home or work or wherever I am, and if one of the disks fail, the entire array will fail. Which was probably not the best thing. I should probably just have made a RAID 5, then everything would still be there, but what the hell, it's just testing. Thank you for watching my videos. Do subscribe to my channel so that you can see me again. Have a nice day.